mark a steady rise in Georgia's economy. Once central to the former Soviet Union's development and manufacture of weapons, Georgia has recently resurfaced as a potential player in the world military industry, with active contracts in Russia, Turkey, Germany, and even has stated the need, especially in these times, for a reliable source of oil in the Middle East. Commerce Secretary Moore, on a visit to Azerbaijan this morning, noted the tiny nation's enormous potential for oil, calling on American investors to provide the necessary funds for tapping the reserves.
In many ways, a leader from a bygone era. His beliefs are very firmly founded in Georgian orthodoxy. His political standings more in line with the early 20th century.
Would you fault him then as a politician?
No, not at all. Kumbay Nikoladze is all politician. He's done wonders for the Georgian economy. A brilliant tactician. It's more a question of ethics.
And ethically speaking?
Well...
Echelon got a positive ID on your target from the morgue security cameras. A guy named Vyacheslav Grinko.
How do I find him?
By his license plate.
And if he's not with his car?
Then his driver will be. Grab him and make him talk. Don't be afraid to use force.
Who? Me?
Grimm's daughter just pulled up the schematics on the ministry. They've got a laser security grid online in the courtyard.
So I stay out of the courtyard.
Don't let them trigger any alarms at all. We still don't have any official approval from the Joint Chiefs for this operation, so one slip-up and it's mission over.
Welcome to Splinter Cell Mission 2, Defense Ministry. We've slipped past the first guard and under the camera that's above the door. Now we're just going to wait for this guard to turn around before we cross over the hallway. We're going to head down these stairs. There's just a couple of cameras to watch out for on the way. I'm going to shoot them out because we'll be coming back up this way in a minute. As you can hear, we're approaching the second camera. There's another camera just behind this door, but it's easy to avoid. We're in the garage now and we need to find and interrogate Grinko's driver.
What the hell?
I'm going to ask you some questions. When I think you're lying, I'll do this. Who do you work for?
Vyacheslav Grinko.
Tell me about him.
He used to be Spetsnaz. Now he's mercenary. He works for President Nikoladze.
Where do I find Grinko?
He's meeting Mass in the elevator by the courtyard.
Who's Mass?
Philippe Mass, some computer guy. He has access to Nikoladze's office.
What's this meeting about?
I don't know. I swear, it's gotta be something bad. Nikoladze is willing to see Grinko face to face.
I need you to understand that we never talked.
I understand.
Good.
I want to hear what Grinko and Mass talk about in that elevator.
I'll need to deactivate the courtyard laser grid to get in position.
Then do it.
We have a guard here now that we're going to have to knock out. Now we need to head back upstairs and find Grinko. This mission is reasonably straightforward until near the end. Once we reach the cardboard box, we know we're at the right level. We need to go through the door at the end of this corridor, so we need to take this guard out. There's a camera behind this doorway which we're going to have to shoot out.
I need a colonel down here. We're trying to get through a retinal scanner.
I passed Colonel Kabiashvili on my patrol. Want me to send him down?
God, no. I hate this guy. We'll find somebody else with a lamp.
The lasers are still on in the courtyard, so we can't drop down. We have to climb round.
I thought the kitchen was closed.
It's a special order for Colonel Kabaishvili.
Ah, excellent. May I?
Please.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We're going to use this bottle to distract the cook so we can sneak past them. This guard's going to turn the light on, but he won't see us pressed against this wall. Now we can follow him out. We need to go down to the ground floor level, so we need to take this guard out. We're going to hop over this balcony, but we need to do a soft landing because there are 2 more guards downstairs. You can see the second guard at the front. We're going to move this guard to the back wall just in case the second guard hears something and comes to take a look. Now we need to access this computer.
You've got an incoming Colonel, Fisher. Make the most of him. You'll need him conscious and cooperative if you want to unlock the retinal scanner sealing the door to the courtyard.
That's detailed intelligence.
Knowing everything is my job.
So we've moved back here into the shadows. The Colonel is going to come down and use the computer. We need him to operate the retinal scanner for us. There's another camera in here which we need to avoid. We'll need our laser mic in a minute, so I'm just going to select it now. As soon as this sequence is finished, we need to get across the courtyard as quickly as possible. There'll be 3 guards coming in. Once they're on their patrol routes, it's much harder to get past them.
The glass elevator's in motion.
Make with the laser, Mike Fisher. It's mission critical that we hear what Grinko and Mass say before they reach the top.
Savages. What did you rip it out with, pliers?
We had some difficulty with Blowski's chip. You can see fibers of muscle tissue still attached.
Nasty. Nasty.
You're in the wrong line of work to avoid getting gore on your hands.
Whatever Nikolaj does in Azerbaijan is his own conscience's burden.
You are just a tool?
You're a tool. I'm the technology. I'm the cleanup man. All the blood's on yours and Nikolaj's hands. I'm clean.
And it is?
It's what?
Clean.
Azerbaijan? Yeah, man. The operation's goddamn immaculate. Except for the files Nikolaj insists on keeping on his own machine. You need to talk to that.
Sounds like we found the subdermals.
I get nervous when the bad guys start making blood jokes.
That conversation's going straight to the Joint Chiefs, and we're gonna need more.
Nikolaj's computer.
You guessed it. Get inside his office and access that machine. Alarms aren't mission critical anymore. We're moving into Fifth Freedom territory.
There's an open window here we're going to climb through, and then that starts the second part of the mission. There's a couple of guys coming up in the elevator, so we need to get into this storeroom. There's also a disposable lockpick here we can pick up. We need to get into the elevator, so I'm just going to wait for this second guard to pass by. Once the elevator opens, we need to go into the office that's on our left. There's also a camera around to the right, but we don't need to go that way. This door's locked, so we're going to use one of our disposable picks. There'll be a guard coming into this corridor in a few seconds. There's an open duct above us, so we're just going to climb onto this desk and jump up. There's yet another camera here to shoot out. It took a few shots and needed to get a bit closer. This ladder takes us onto the roof. We're getting near the end of the mission now. There's a guard in this office, but we're going to have to shoot out the glass.
Somebody's shooting at me, goddammit!
Ideally you want to break the glass with one shot because he normally raises an alarm. Luckily he's just on alert, which he would be anyway if we'd broken the glass with one shot. He's going to patrol around the office and we want him to be standing in front of the window on the right hand side before we go in.
Must have been nothing.
In order to get into the room, we need to rappel down and then do a soft landing onto the floor. Now he's heading to where we want him to be. Once we access the computer, a sequence is going to start that causes 3 guards to come in, but they won't see this guy's body over here. You can wait here for the 3 guards to leave, but the best way to avoid them is to hang back out of the window.
Christ almighty.
What do you have?
Bad things. Keep transmitting. We need to see how far this goes.
What's going on?
Corpses, refugee camps. They've had commandos at work in Azerbaijan for weeks. How the hell did we miss this? Keep transmitting.
Alert! All men to full alert! We have an intruder in Nikolaz's office! Wake up, you bastards! I want troops in there now!
Gringo, sir. I've got 3 men about to breach Nikolaz's office.
Fisher, we need the rest of the files from Nikolaz's computer. This stuff is going straight to the president. Might be headed for military action, and we're going to need airtight proof. That's the end of it. Thank God.
What exactly is going on?
You wouldn't believe the numbers. Nikolaz has been systematically murdering his way through Azerbaijan.
And we didn't know about it.
Nobody did.
What does he want?
You can watch the news later. Rendezvous with Junior Wilkes for extraction.
That guard sometimes comes back round the corridor, but usually he doesn't. Once you clear the corridor, you need to move as fast as possible to the extraction point.
Nikolaz's office is clear. We're heading for the rear gangway.
I want an update. Why hasn't the intruder been caught yet? Do we have men on the real stairwell?
About to breach the stairwell, sir.
What the hell did you find in there, man? Lambert's flipping out big time.
What's he saying?
That we're going to war.
That's the mission successfully completed, so now we move on to mission 3, the oil rig.